Beloved, let us love one another. For love is from God. God is love. Love is the most powerful thing. God is the most powerful thing, and God is love. Think for a minute about your week, the last month, whatever. How are things going for you? And really, just think, what happened this past week? What made you laugh? What brought you joy? What made you feel good? Were there things that happened that broke your heart? Are you going through a particular challenge? Did something come out of left field and just completely surprise you? Here at Emmanuel this last week, we've had the opportunity to walk with some people who have experienced some pretty tragic loss, sudden loss. We've celebrated new babies. We have worked through difficult relationships. We've celebrated an engagement. It's been quite a week. And through that whole week, we work here at Emmanuel to try and proclaim the good news of God, the love of God that is with us through the most difficult things, that is celebrating with us through the most joyful things. And that's what this is all about. God is love. There was a song written a number of years ago, 12 years ago, by a guy named John Mark McMillan. And John Mark had experienced a particular tragic loss. One of his best friends, named Steve, had died in a car accident suddenly. And he was completely turned by this. His heart was broken. He was a faithful person who brought his anger, his confusion, his questions to God. And what he met in the midst of that frustration was this overwhelming love. And the song that came out of it is called How He Loves. The beauty of God's love, or maybe one of the more amazing parts of God's love, is that no matter how difficult things can be, no matter how awful we may feel or how broken we may get, God's love is there in an overwhelming way. And the words of this song illustrate that. Me and Adam are going to sing it for you. It's called How He Loves. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the waves of His wind and mercy. And all of a sudden, I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory. And I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how He loves us. Oh, oh, how He loves us. How He loves us all. Jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of His wind and mercy. All of a sudden, I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory. And I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us. Oh, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. And we are his portion, and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. With grace is an ocean, we're all sinking, and heaven needs earth like an unforeseen kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Faith begins when we recognize how much God loves us, when we know how God looks into the deepest parts of our being, the very core of who we are, and just sees us and loves us. Faith comes to full maturity when we are able to love others in that same way, to see others, to see the world, to see the creation in the way that God sees it. Love is the most powerful thing in the universe. Love brought forth the universe. Love created everything that is, and love is this power that we can tap into at any time. And love became a person, a human being. Love is what Jesus was. Love is who Jesus was. Love walking around as a person, breaking down barriers, healing the sick, giving its life to rise again, that life and love would be ours. Beloved, let us love one another. Amen.